Namaste. Welcome to the channel, The Harmony of Eternal Wisdom. Today we'll talk about the worst of the fears that human beings have. That is the fear of death. And I'm going to take a few sessions on this because fear of death is something which we'll have to go in very deeply and see how we can overcome it. Fear of death, why do we all have it? It's a universal phenomenon. Everybody is scared of death. There's nothing wrong in that. Why are we scared of death? Death is really not as fearful as we think it to be. It's actually a beautiful process which I have seen myself as a doctor in hundreds of dying patients. Then what is it that makes us fear death so much? The first thing, we are scared of pain. We equal death with pain. There are many people who are having more pain before they die, and death is actually a release from pain for them. But there is a fear of pain. That is the first thing. Second, I have built an identity around me for so many years. I am so and so. I have got this and this. I am this and this. I have built a strong identity around myself. And I am afraid of giving up that identity. Thirdly, I am afraid of losing all that I have. I have so many things. I have taken so much trouble in accumulating so many things, possessing so many possessions. I have got so many people around me, my children and grandchildren and relatives. I am afraid of leaving them. Third point. Fourth, I am afraid of being alone in that process. I have to be alone. There's going to be nobody with me. Nobody is going to come with me. Fifth thing, right from the childhood, we have been programmed to fear death. Understand this. Whenever in childhood, when children very curiously ask the parents or the family about death, the elders just silence them. No. Don't talk about death. You should not talk about death. So right from childhood we have been suppressed about talking about death. Lastly, it's the fear of the unknown. Unknown, we don't know. We don't know what it is. Nobody who has died has come back and told us what it means, how it is. Of course, we have near-death experiences. We have people who have undergone near-death experiences. I have met many of people, my patients themselves, who have undergone near-death experiences, and they tell me what the experience has been. I have witnessed hundreds of deaths right in front of my eyes, sometimes in my hands, sometimes sitting close to them, standing next to them. I have seen death. Death is absolutely nothing to be feared about. What is death then? It's just that the body is cast away. That's why in Bhagavad Gita also Lord Krishna says, when this body is no longer capable of supporting the Sukshma Sharira which is inside, the soul, whatever you call, or Sukshma Sharira, when this physical body is no longer capable of supporting it, then like an old cloth, the body is discarded and the soul travels and finds itself a new body to come back into another body. So death doesn't belong to me. I don't die. What dies is the body. It's like an old torn cloth. I discard it because it's of no use for me. Similarly, an old deceased body is of no use to the self or to the Sukshma Sharira or to the so-called soul. And therefore the body has to go. Just imagine if everybody was living all the time permanently and nobody was dying, how would this world be? There would be no place for new people to come in, isn't it? So, is fear of death really valid? It's just that our society, our environment has made or glorified death into something which is to be feared about, something to be worried about. And our scriptures say that one has to be prepared for shedding this body, the so-called death, what we call. Actually, it is not the death. It is just the casting away of the body. And that one has to be prepared from the beginning. It is a very wrong thing to silence a young person who is asking about what is this death? What happens to a person after death? Where does he go, he or she go? What happens to the body when it is being cremated or whether it is buried? Does the body feel any pain? What is the status of it? We don't talk about it. We just don't talk about it. Even when people are almost on the deathbed, there is nobody to talk to them about death. And what many people want who are old, who are deceased and who know that they are going to face death very soon, they want to talk about it to somebody actually. They want somebody to tell them about it. That is what I have seen as a doctor in my practice. People want to know. They say, what is it? How will it be when I die? How is it going to be? I have so many, experiences which I can tell you. Of course, I am going to take it up. How is it? How does the death take place? What is the experience of many people when they die? I'll give you one simple example. When we fall asleep, are we aware? When from a woken or an awake state, when we slip into the sleep, do we know that? Have we ever understood when actual sleep, when we slip into the sleep? No. It just automatically happens. And it's a beautiful experience. That's why we want to sleep every day. But when it comes to death, death is just like that. It is just slipping away. You're just slipping away from this to some other dimension. We are just slipping away. The body is discarded and the soul is slowly, effortlessly slipping away. We make death difficult by trying to hold on to it. There are many reasons why we want to hold on to it. We don't leave it free. We are not free enough. During delivery, women are told, be free, breathe freely, be relaxed. Nobody tells that to a dying person. Most of the dying people are trying to hold on. They are afraid of that something which is going on. And in the next few sessions, we'll talk about this. How death takes place. What are my experiences about people who are dying, who have died in front of me? What is a near-death experience? How can we counsel people with death? How counseling people, the family and the patient a few months before death is absolutely necessary. We need more death doulas in our country. There are in other countries. We don't have them. We need counselors called as death doulas in our country. Let's talk about all these things, very interesting things in the next few sessions. Namaste.